Lancers, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stand for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. Stand by for LVH1.
Good morning, Lancers, and welcome to this edition of Athlete of the Month, which is sponsored by the La Paz Lions Club. Due to bad weather, cold weather, and many other excuses that Mr. Thomas had, we got a little bit behind, so we're going to do some catch-up today and do some double duty. Yes, it is February, but we're doing November and December, and we've got the ladies here with us this morning. We're going to start with, so I'm going to turn to my left to my granddaughter, Trinity. Can I say that in public, that you're my granddaughter?
Yeah.
All right, we can fess up to that. All right, so Trin, basketball, and tell me about the difference between last year, starting center on the JV, played with me last year, starting center this year for Coach Duncan. Tell me a big difference between last year and this year versus JV and varsity.
I would say the practices, just like the way they work and like the physicality of the girls on the court. They're much bigger than JV girls.
So what you're saying is I didn't practice you hard enough last year.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we do a lot of things different in practice.
Good. All right. So the off season now, what do we got to do to get better as far as you're going to be a senior next year? What does that look like as far as an off season? Some things that we need to address as far as Lancer basketball for the ladies.
I would say work more on my shooting and dribbling a lot. I'm going to be in the gym with my dad and Riley, just dribbling and shooting.
Okay, great. So now we're going to hang up the sneakers and we're going to move over to track. And so tell me about the different events that you're going to be involved in as far as the upcoming season with track.
I will be running the 400, the 4x4. I will be long jumping. And I'm going to try and get in the weight room so I can try pole vaulting.
Okay. Ooh, we haven't had pole vaulting around here for a while. And also, it will be nice this year. We got a new track out there. So what are you looking forward to as far as the new track is concerned?
I think I'm looking forward to being able to stay at school for practices and having home meets, because always going to like a neighboring school like Glenn or Bremen to practice every night, that was very tiring, and having to go to away meets every single meet was not very fun.
Okay. So we're looking forward to a good season, and we want to congratulate Trinity Cox, who is our La Paz Lions Athlete of the Month. We're going to swing over here now to Charlotte Kapke. Charlotte is a member of the cheer squad. So tell me about how much time you guys practice during the week.
Normally we practice 2 days a week, and that's because normally we don't have very much space to practice, because normally drama club's in the cafeteria. So recently we've been going to the elementary.
Okay. So. And so you guys work just as hard as anybody else. I mean, you get a varsity letter for cheer, correct?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so tell me about the workout and the physicality of being on the cheer squad.
To be on the cheer squad, like we have been doing recently, we did workouts before every practice to get in shape because we also have a competition coming up.
Okay.
So that'll be exciting. And then
What's the competition? What's that all about?
Okay, so we have a competition coming up, and what happens is we're going to invite all of our neighboring schools' cheer teams, and it's going to be just like competitive level cheer. So there'll be a dance, there'll be a cheer, and a chant.
Okay.
So we'll have stunts for each one, and it's co-ed and non-co-ed. So we're going to be entering our competition twice.
Nice. So when is that going to be? Is that event going to be here at LaVille?
Yes. I don't remember the day it is exactly. It's either the 2nd or the 4th, but it's going to be here in our main gym.
Great. That's awesome. Now, we talked about before we went on air that you're not one of the ones that they get thrown up in the air a lot. It makes me really nervous when I see you guys doing all those high flips, and it makes me nervous because I see the guys that are catching you, and I'm not so sure about those guys.
See, we really like our guys. Having them on the team, it's really nice, and it's a lot different now because now we can do those bigger stunts and throw the girls tall, like higher up, and then we can also do chair sits where the guys just hold the girls. And see, I'm really confident in our stunts because I know all of us, we went through a training thing at the beginning of every year to make sure we always catch everybody and nobody gets hurt. So
Great.
it's exciting.
Good. Sounds good. Okay, so you're now are also in the spring going to be involved in tennis, all right? So how many years have you been on the tennis squad?
I've done tennis since my freshman year.
Okay, and so are you singles or doubles?
I've always been singles.
Okay.
So, because I don't like playing at the net as much, so singles is a better option for me.
Okay, and so tell me again about tennis practice. I don't know anything about what that looks like.
Okay, so normally tennis practice is after school, and normally it's 2 hours, and we'll start with stretching, like dynamic stretching, and then we'll do sprints, and then we'll go through things with coach where she hits us balls just to warm up, and we'll do competitions with each other. We'll play off for spots, and we do a bunch of different drills, and it really helps.
Good. So what kind of a year or season are we expecting as far as the tennis squad?
I'm hoping a good one. Okay. I am not sure, actually, because I have been really busy with cheer as to go to the open gyms.
Okay.
So.
Great. Well, congratulations to Charlotte. She is our December Athlete of the Month, and we're going to take a break. In a little bit, we're going to come back with the guys' side of the Athlete of the Month. So thanks a lot, and we'll be seeing you soon. Good morning, Lancers, and welcome to this edition of your Athlete of the Month, which is sponsored by your La Paz Lions Club. We are doing double duty, except we don't have the other guy with us today as far as Athlete of the Month is concerned. December Athlete of the Month was Nick Felke, and he's out someplace. I don't have security clearance to know why he's gone, but I do have Levi with us today. And some people, Levi, quite honestly, you and I walk down the hallway, they get a little confused because we look a lot alike. You think so?
I can see it.
Yeah, you can see it. All right. All right. So Levi is our November Athlete of the Month. Levi is a wrestler, right? All right. So tell me about this season as far as wrestling is concerned.
We had a pretty good season. It was a little bit rough at the end. We just kind of underestimated our opponents, and that was kind of the downfall of this season. But I mean, all in all, it was a pretty solid season.
Okay. So what weight class do you wrestle?
I wrestle weight class 152.
Okay. And so how did your season individually go?
I had a positive record, so I was pretty proud about that. I mean, going from JV last year to going all the way to regionals this year was a pretty big step, so I was pretty happy.
So I ask you the same question I asked Trinity. What's the difference between JV wrestle last year to the varsity competition this year?
Well, I mean, JV, you don't really get very many matches. You just kind of show up, and if they have a match, you wrestle. And in varsity, it's like you're always wrestling, like, on the spot. It's always, you know, you got to go get out there and do your best. And it's so much different. But I had a blast this year. It was really good.
Good. So tell me about in the off season now, because you said you don't have a spring sport. Are you going to be still staying in training as far as the spring is concerned, or what does that look like as far as wrestling for next year?
Well, me personally, I'm going to try hitting the gym a lot. I want to stay fit for next year and, you know, just be ready.
Good. And so what are you doing this summer? Got a summer plan, summer job, anything going on this summer? I don't know if you're into some kind of sports during the summer, or what are you thinking?
I don't really do very many sports. I mean, I like water sports, but that's
Water sports. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, good. Well, hey, congratulations on being our November Athlete of the Month. And we'll be catching up with you guys here pretty soon, and we'll be doing January Male and Female Athlete of the Month. So for right now, Steve Cox signing off, and thanks for watching.
Good morning, Lancers. Today's weather is going to be a high of 17 and a low of 9 degrees. There's going to be a 0% chance of snow and some slight showers. That's all.
Good